Shalom. We are the Hebrew Israelites from the Indianapolis camp of the Great Millstone, and we're here to give all praises, glory, and honor to
YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, QADASH.
Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well in teaching us this 100% truth. Salutations to them and our fellow Akim who labor in this truth week in and week out on the highways and byways. Also, shalom to the hopeful elect of Israel to be scattered to the four corners of the earth and be like unto the speckled bird. And the 12 tribes of Israel are as follows. The tribe of Judah, the so-called Negroes. The tribe of Benjamin, the so-called West Indians. The tribe of Levi, the so-called Haitians. The tribe of Simeon, the so-called Dominicans. The tribe of Zebulon, the so-called Guatemalans, the Panamanians. The tribe of Ephraim, the so-called Puerto Ricans. The tribe of Manasseh, the so-called Cubans. The tribe of Gad, the so-called North American Indians. The tribe of Reuben, the so-called Seminole Indians. The tribe of Naphtali, the so-called Argentinians, the Chileans. The tribe of Asher, the so-called Colombians, the Uruguayans. And the tribe of Issachar, the so-called Mexicans. To you we say shalom.
Shalom.
All right, we're going to get right into it. First scripture.
This is 1 Peter 2:9. But ye are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, and a holy nation, a particular people, peculiar people,
there you go.
that ye should show forth the praises of him who have called you out of darkness into his marvelous light.
Right, and your chosen generation, all right, you Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, all right, the 12 tribes of Israel, all right. These are the Lord's people, man, as it talks about in Deuteronomy 7:6 and Deuteronomy 14:2. Whoever got that.
This is Deuteronomy 7:6. For thou art an holy people unto the Lord thy power. The Lord thy power hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself above all people.
That's right. Hey, the nation of Israel is above all the nations. There's 18 nations, and he chose the children of Israel, all right, to be the top nation, okay? Hey, that's why we're in the predicament that we are, because we went off the law, statute, commandments of YAHAWASHI, so he's putting us at the bottom, even though we're the top nation, all right?
If I may add, he said a holy people that was sanctified and set apart. We're the only nation that has the law, statutes, and commandments, okay? He set us apart above all nations of people. And we're the only ones that have that.
But since you mentioned that, now all these other nations try to take on the Bible, but it wasn't meant for them. You know what I'm saying? The laws, who you think the laws were given to? That's why the Lord gave them to Moses in the wilderness to give to the children of Israel. Right. See what I'm saying? Not to everybody else. Right. Go ahead. Okay. You got what you got? Definition?
Yep.
For peculiar?
Definition for peculiar: being out of the ordinary, abnormal, extraordinary, a special, exceeding. Other related words: noticeable, notable, prominent, remarkable.
That's right. God, see, hey. The nation of Israel is a remarkable people unto the Lord YAHAWASHI, all right? We're just in this lower state now, but he's going to bring us up back into our former glory, man. All right? But he's going to do it through his elect men, man. The ones that are going to be out here preaching and teaching this truth, man. All right?
Get your precept. We're going to go back to some definitions because there's a couple of words I want to speak on.
This is Psalms chapter 147, verse 19. He sheweth his word unto Jacob, his statutes and his judgment unto Israel. He hath not dealt so with any nation. And as for his judgments, they have not known them. Praise ye the Lord, YAHAWASHI.
That's right. Hey, once again, see, the law, statute, commandments were given to the children of Israel. It didn't say the Edomites, the so-called white people. It didn't say the Ammonites. It didn't say the Moabites. It didn't say
the Hamites.
The Hamites, you know? It said the children of Israel, man.
That's right.
All right? He ain't dealt so with any other nation, all right?
That's the word peculiar. Again, it's being out of the ordinary.
That's right, because look at the children of Israel. They're out of the ordinary. They do things that the other nations can't do. You know what I'm saying? Now, okay, like last night with the playoffs. Just think if the playoffs were full of number of Edomites, it'd be boring as hell.
That's right.
See what I'm saying? But look how when you put Israel involved in something how spectacular, Israel take it to a whole nother level, man.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? That's right.
Exceptional.
Exceptional. Just like, hey, like we were talking about basketball. Before it was just Edomite passing when he was back with what's his name, Dr. James Naismith. You know what I'm saying? When Edomites first started playing basketball, they were just what? They weren't even dribbling. They just running down the court in them little booty shorts, passing the ball to each other, doing layups. See what I'm saying? But when Jake get involved, what happened? Take it to a whole nother dress change. Then he start dunking and, you know what I'm saying, gliding from the free throw line, doing finger rolls and everything.
That's right.
They took it to a whole nother level. Go ahead.
Phenomenal.
See, phenomenal. Look at them in football, baseball, whatever sport they play. Jake is phenomenal whatever they do. Cooking, singing, yep, rapping. You know what I'm saying? Like the scripture said, we the salt of the earth, man.
The precept right here.
See that? Hey, see, go ahead.
Matthew 5:13. It says, "Ye are the salt of the earth."
Now, if you just cook some food and don't put no flavor in it, what happened? It's just bland. It's just plain. You're like, ugh, what is this? But when you sprinkle a little salt, you know what I'm saying? Guess what? It wakes your taste buds up. You're like, ooh, this is good. You know what I'm saying? That's what Israel is. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that flavor. We ain't gonna be eating that bad bread. You know what I'm saying?
Go ahead, bro.
You still got some on that Matthew?
Yep. Back at Matthew 5:13, ye are the salt of the earth. But if the salt have lost his savor, wherewith shall it be salted?
See, now, if Israel was to get up and leave, if the nation of Israel was to get up and leave right now and just go to a remote island, guess what? America would just crash immediately, man.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Because Esau know we the biggest consumers and thrivers on anything.
That's right.
So without us, there will be no America.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
If I may add, over to your point, every kingdom that we were in captivity in, look at them now.
Yeah.
Once we left, that's it. They're no more.
I'm glad you said that. Who made Egypt great?
Yep.
See what I'm saying?
Exactly. That's right.
For all you Hotep people out there, man.
And they wouldn't want to. They didn't want to let us go.
Yep.
They said that's why Moses came and said, "Let my people go." It's like, why? Because why wouldn't they? Because we built their country. We were peculiar people.
Yep.
We were extraordinary in everything we did because we had YAHAWASHI with us. You know, even through each captivity, you know, he left a small remnant. You know, that he dealt with. You know, men of the Lord. That's it.
It says, "It is thenceforth good for nothing, but to be cast out and to be trodden under foot of men."
That's what happened to Israel, man. We get trodden underfoot, man. They look down on us. They don't care about Israel. Don't about ask how we doing or how we feel. No, just, hey, nigga, get to work. Make me some more money. You know what I'm saying? I'm sick. Oh, well, you didn't use up all your sick days. Get to work or you fired. You know what I'm saying?
We got one more little verse.
Okay, go ahead.
Verse 14. It says, "Ye are the light of the world. A city that is set on a hill cannot be hid." See, so hey, the children of Israel, we are the light of the world. We cannot be hid, man. Because remember, it just said on the hill. Hey, if we're the top nation, we can't be held down, man. Because you're gonna see us wherever we are. You're gonna know that hey, that's the Israelites. All right, that's those Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans we see today. All right.
Go ahead, bro. Yeah, appreciate it. Hey, keep those definitions, bro.
Got it.
This is Deuteronomy chapter 4, starting at verse 5. Behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments, even as the Lord YAHAWASHI, my power, commanded me, that ye should do so in the land whither ye go to possess it.
Go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
Oh, keep going? Okay. Verse 6. Keep therefore and do them, for this is your wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations, which shall hear all these statutes and say, surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people. Right? And it says, so pretty much going into those the law, statutes, commandments, man, that's our wisdom in front of these nations. That's why I say your understanding in the sight of the nations, because why? The law, statutes, commandments is given unto us. You know, like the brother was going into being that light, like we that beacon of light. You know, we that lighthouse is in the dark. While the whole world is surrounded in darkness, we are that light. We are that hope of this whole world.
That's right.
And it say, so in doing the following these law, statutes, commandments, that shows our wisdom, our understanding of being that light, of being that peculiar people, because it was only one nation that was given the laws of YAHAWASHI that comes from the heavens. You know, everybody else was, you know, pretty much they subject to be our servants. You know, they had their little time until, you know, to try us down because of disobedience, but at the end all be all, we gonna be on top forever and evermore. And they have to come to us to learn our law, statutes, commandments, which will be that light of the world.
That's right.
It say, verse 7.
Yeah, because that's why when you go into Ezekiel, I forgot exactly what chapter it is, but it was talking about how the trees of the garden was envious of the tree representing Israel. Because why? The Lord gave us the law, statutes, and commandments to follow by.
Those spirit, I was just in my head thinking that these other nations hate us because we was given the law.
Matter of
They
fact.
hate us, man. Right? And that's why they always trying to downgrade us and make us go off. All right. So they can say, hey, Lord, look at your people. These your people, but look at them, they going off, man. But they the one is putting all these different things in our path for us to go off. That's right. All right.
Matter of fact, let's see. I got it right quick. Let's see. This is Ezekiel 31, and let's see. Hold on. Yeah, I'm trying to get straight to the point. Where it said they was envious of them. Let's see. Well, you know what? I just go to verse 8. It says, let's see. I go to verse 8. This is Ezekiel 31:8. It said, the cedars in the garden of Yahawah cannot hide him. The fir trees were not like his boughs, and the chestnut trees were not like his branches, nor any tree in the garden of Yahawah was like unto him in his beauty. Why? Because Israel was given the law, statutes, and commandments. You know what I'm saying? Of the Heavenly Father. That's what made us different from all the other trees, all the other nations in the Garden of Eden. You know what I'm saying? That ain't the exact verse I want, but you know what I'm saying? We're just moving on. Oh, here we go. Verse 9. The YAHAWASHI. It said, I have made him fair by the multitude of his branches, so that all the trees of Eden, talking about these other nations, that were in the garden of Yahawah, envied him. Right. See what I'm saying? Right. They envied the nation of Israel. You know what I'm saying? Why? Because we were separate. We had our own laws, statutes, commandments that made us, how should I put,
Separate.
yeah, separate, holy, separate, you know, peculiar, in order or organized or whatever you want, however you want to put it. It made us different because they was a lawless. Them other nations were lawless.
Right.
They was uncivilized. That's what made us civilized. There we go. The YAHAWASHI. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, there you go. See what I'm saying? So that's why the other nations envy us. Even to this day, they envy us. They want to be us, but at the same time, they still envy us, man. Because they can't do what we do. You know? Go ahead.
Back in Deuteronomy chapter 4, verse 7. For what nation is there so great, who had the Most High so nigh unto them, as the Lord YAHAWASHI, our power, is in all things that we call upon him for. Hey, you got that term?
Yep. Okay. It's great, having or showing exponential knowledge, experience, or skill in a field or endeavor.
Right. That's how we was able to be, like the elder said, to be, you know, civilized and separate, because we had that wisdom and knowledge that came from on high. We was blessed by YAHAWASHI himself. Right. You know, said to be above all these other nations. That's why when you go into history, we was teaching nations how to cook properly, you know, how to, you know, not eat bloody food, to clean themselves, you know, agriculture, irrigation, you know, so forth and so on. That's how we spoke earlier. That's how Egypt became prosperous. You know, when we came into power, you know, we made all these nations, like the brother said, we made all these nations prosper through us. You know, even through our disobedience, we still was a great people when we was always at our low. Even right now, just like when the elder said, you watching this entertainment, basketball, football, anything that you know that coincides with the bread and circuses of this place. Mainly, who you see is Jake. You know, that's why, like, one thing where, like, when they go back to the Negro leagues, the owner, I forgot his name, but one of the owners of the MLB, he seen that all these Negro dollars is going to the Negro League. We need to go grab one of them and bring them over here, and that's what made the league, blossom, flourish. Then more and more people came because the integration got separated. So now there's more money. Instead of getting money from your own, now we can get money off of both sides. But it was Jake who made the league great.
Since you said that, it's an excerpt from the Josephus. This is the Antiquities of the Jews, chapter 8. Reading what is it? Passage 2. It says Abram, talking about Abraham, conferred with each other of them. Talking about the Hamper. Well, I'm gonna start at the beginning of 2. It said, for whereas the Egyptians were formerly addicted to different customs and despised one another's sacred and accustomed rites, and were very angry one with another on that account, Abram, talking about Abraham, conferred with each of them, and confuting the reasonings they made use of, every one for their own practices, demonstrated that such reasonings were vain and void of truth. Whereupon he was admired by them in those conferences as a very wise man and one of great sagacity, when he discoursed on any subject he undertook, and this not only in understanding it, but in persuading other men also to assent to him. He communicated to them arithmetic and delivered to them the science of astronomy, for before Abram came into Egypt, they were unacquainted with those parts of learning, for their science came from the Chaldeans into Egypt, and from thence to the Greeks also. So Abraham taught them math and science. Taught you Hamites. See what I'm saying? For all you Hoteppers out there.
I could make a quick point. You know how they always say, well, the laws came when, Moses was out. That's when the laws came. But in the scriptures, it proves that even Abraham had the law, statutes, and commandments.
That's right.
And this is Genesis chapter 26, verse 5. Because that Abraham obeyed my voice and kept my charge, my commandments, my statutes, and my laws. So he had the laws, and that's why he was able to, share that wisdom to them Hamites. Because they always want to go and say, well, they say the whole tape that predates the scriptures, that predates this and that. But like I said, it was through us that made y'all prosper. Right. Even in some history, it said that they the languages of the Hamitic people, it was changed over for a certain period of time to Shemitic. That was due to us because we Shemitic people. So that's just the point. Like, we just that great nation that whatever we have did, wherever we went, we made whatever nation it was, whether we be captive or we was just sojourning there, we made that nation great.
Hey, how much more for Esau right now, man? We make them billions upon billions, man.
Yeah, that's why I was going into that with the whole the integration thing. That was another way for them to, that's another form of slavery for them to gain money off of.
Yep. Same thing. With Martin Luther King, man, we were doing good as a nation when we were segregated. But they're like, nah, man, we got to pull that together and take that money away. And of course, hey, Jake want to be, oh shit, I can go to the fancy Edomite facilities now. You know what I mean? So hey,
Yeah, exactly. That's right.
So, I just got one more precept. Deuteronomy 4:8. And what nation is there so great that has statutes and judgments so righteous as all this law which I set before you this day? Only take heed to thyself and keep thy soul diligently, lest thou forget the things which thine eyes have seen, and lest they depart from thy heart all the days of thy life, but teach them thy sons and thy sons' sons. So we continually, that nation that's speaking of the nation of Israel. YAHAWAH, the principle of the power. That's that nation that's so great. That's that nation that's set above all these nations. Right now, what you see in this awakening that you see in, the Lord will give that number, but you seeing brothers around the world who preaching in sincerity and truth. These brothers are rehearsing the righteous act to be set on high as kings and priests.
That's right.
That's how we understand the law, learn the law, and learn how to not only preach about the law, but actually to pertain them to our lives. Because what we're going to be doing is we're going to be executing them, among these heathens when we get set on high in our kingdom.
That's right.
We can only rehearse them right now, in this state right now, but the rest of the world not rehearsing the law, statutes, commandments. They fall, right? They fall after the wicked philosophies of, Esau, Edom, and other various, nations, and they wicked philosophies. But mainly, they've been drunken with the philosophies of, Esau, Edom. So when that time come, when we set on high, then the whole world gonna know righteous. Because like it said, that have statutes and judgments so righteous. That's all this law, which I said before you this day. Nowhere in the scripture does it say another nation had righteous laws. You know, like the other was going into. In that time, you know, when we was given the laws, man, these other nations was living like barbarians. You know, they was the real savages. You know, but they try to take that stigma and take it upon these other heathens and put it upon us.
That's right.
You know, but the day gonna come where the Lord he gonna show you. You know, we just doing what we supposed to do, what we called to do. But the day when he arrive, he gonna set all the nations in order. And he gonna set us up to, like I said, to pretty much to execute to teach these nations how to live righteously. And then those who choose not to, well, you know, you're gonna be slaves. You're gonna fall by the sword.
That's right.
If I could,
Yeah, go ahead.
we do a little substitution of that word great. If you could read that last part again. What nation is there so great?
Okay, verse Deuteronomy 4:8. And what nation is there so great?
Right. So you got what nation is there so masterful, so proficient, so skilled, so clever, so gifted, so talented, so polished, so refined, so efficient, right? So there's several words that go into that. So that word great, you know, how about you, Shah put, you know, he put a spirit on the men of the Lord, you know, to come into this and push forth, you know, this word, because we understand that, you know, there's a bigger thing that we're looking for, which is the kingdom, you know, and we want to be those great men. You know, all of us hope to be, you know, in the eyes of the Lord, gifted, talented, you know, and ultimately, you know, in the kingdom along with it.
Hey, go back to them definitions again.
All right. So it says masterful, practiced, proficient, skilled, gifted.
And all those describe Israel. Because even like brothers are going through their captivity and suffering, look what our people has done over the years. You know what I'm saying? To what? Help ease their slavery or their suffering. They came up with the cotton gin, the refrigeration, the automobile, all these things to make their life easier even in captivity. That's what make them masterful. That's what make them skilled. That's what make them proficient.
That's right.
See what I'm saying?
Gifted.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You got to be gifted to come up with a cotton gin to help you, because master always on you about your rate. So you come up with a design to help you surpass the rate. Even though it's making Esau, the master, more money, still it's making your job easier as a slave.
Right.
See what I'm saying? That takes skill, man.
That's right.
You know?
That's some all around, or should we say, multi-skilled.
See, multi-skill, man. Man, we the only nation of people that can chew gum and walk at the same time, man.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? All these other people try to bite their lip and trip and fall.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? We the only ones that's skilled to do anything that the Lord put in our hands to do, man. Like, for example, I gotta throw this brother in here. He helped design a whole warehouse for the company, for his job. See what I'm saying? They weren't smart enough to do it. They came to this brother to design the whole warehouse, man. That shows skill and masterfulness and experience and what else?
Multi-talented.
See, multi-talented. Why? Because this is a wise man, and they knew that through the Spirit. That's why they came to him, not the general manager of the warehouse. They didn't ask them. They asked this brother right here, a supervisor. Hey, what you think about the layout and blah blah blah. So he came up with it and they followed it, and guess what? It worked to the T. See what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Qualified.
See, qualified. Everybody ain't qualified, man.
That's right.
It takes a special skill to be qualified.
Right.
Just like us in this truth. Everybody ain't qualified to teach His word, man.
That's right.
Go ahead.
Talk.
See, we don't just talk the talk. We walk. We talk the walk. I mean, we walk the talk. You know what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? Hey, we practice what we preach, man.
That's right, bro.
You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, get the
Yeah.
efficient.
Yeah. Competent, efficient.
Yeah,
See, efficient. Yeah, go ahead, brother.
Just like the brother setting up the warehouse, and even in the normal atmosphere, just all these jobs, like any job these brothers are all here in this room, man, and made certain changes that made millions. You know,
That's right.
We got no credit for it, man.
That's right.
All right.
Oh, since you said that. Since you said that. Yeah, it went right to it. Hey! It went right to it, bro. Wisdom of Solomon 5:1. I ain't had to turn no page. Just open it up and right there. Hey, the Wisdom of Solomon 5:1. I ain't got no bookmark right there. That's the spirit. It said, then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him and made no account of his labors, man. You know?
Hey, that's right, man. And that's what we're doing right now. You know, we're standing boldly, hey, not only just on camera, but we're on them highways and hedges, man. Right in their face, man. All right? Hey, and we're coming against these other nations through the spirit of YAHAWASHI using these scriptures, man. Because our weapons of warfare are not carnal, man. We're spiritual, man. All right? We're not here to tote guns and march down the street, man. That's not our MO, man. Hey, we're here to let the Lord take vengeance for us, you know? And it said what? No, and we're standing up against our oppressors because they gave us no accounts of our labors, even to this day.
That's right.
That's right.
Yeah, just like Sloppy.
Go ahead, bro.
You know, yeah, just like how Cain, you know, he slew his righteous brother Abel. All right, you know, in the reincarnation, that's Esau Edom. So ultimately the truth is what's going to be cutting them, man, because you know. That's what they're running from, all right? You know, this man Esau Edom, he's running from truth, man. And you know, and ultimately he's not gonna be able to run. So that's why this word ultimately cuts him, man.
That's right.
And if I may add to your point, you know, the point that was brought out, how these nations hate us because we're better than them. Look at Cain and Abel, right? Abel brought the right sacrifice, and the Lord respected him for that. And Cain knew what sacrifice to bring, but he didn't do it. But he got mad when the Lord didn't respect the sacrifice, all right? That just goes to show. You know, the nature of Esau, he doesn't really care, you know, about the laws, statutes, or commandments. You know, the scriptures say, "What dost thou do to declare my statutes, or thou should thou take my covenant in thy mouth?" All right, Esau just completely, you know, casts it behind him. All right, he doesn't care about it. All right.
Or if he tries to understand this word, he butchers it. All right.
That's
All right. He leads you down the wrong path, man. If he's teaching this word.
Yeah, go ahead.
I got something.
Yeah, go ahead, brother.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 19, verse 5. Now, therefore, if ye will obey my voice indeed and keep my covenant, and how do you obey the voice of the Lord, all right? You got to follow the law, statutes, and commandments to the best of your ability, all right? So then keep my covenant, then ye shall be a peculiar treasure unto me above all people, for all the earth is mine, right? And this is talking to the children of Israel, right? Because when you go to Romans 9, you know, Apostle Paul, he said, he roughly paraphrasing, he said, the promises, the covenants, and the service of the Most High, you know, are all pertaining to Israel, right? And it says, verse 6, ye shall be unto me a kingdom of priests and an holy nation. These are the words which thou shalt speak unto the children of Israel, not to the children of Moab, not the children of Edom, not the children of Ammon, not the children of Ham, the children of Israel. All right, and like the scripture was brought out earlier in the book of Psalm, chapter 147, the laws were only given unto the nation of Israel. So if the other nations tried, man, even if they wanted to get it, they couldn't get it because it's not meant for them. All right.
Go back to that word peculiar.
Peculiar, being out of the ordinary, abnormal, exceeding, phenomenal, unique.
Yeah, see that word phenomenal. I ain't talking about Maya Angelou, I am a phenomenal woman. Yeah, I ain't talking about that, man. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Yeah.
Because see, like some people call you, when you excel in something or you just a beast or something, like, man, you a phenom.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like they say in the wrestling world, he's a phenom. You know? Go ahead.
Uncommon.
Yeah. Yeah, go ahead.
Bizarre, oddball, outlandish.
They do call us an oddball or outlandish. You know what I'm saying? We fools for YAHAWASHI, man. You know what I'm saying?
Eccentric.
Always sticks out anyway.
There you go. There you go.
Eccentric, freakish, monstrous, strange.
You had the word extraordinary.
Yes.
Cause see that movie really, cause you think I thought about that movie, the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. They were really talking about Israelites, cause all of them have spiritual powers, man.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Yep. See, all of them have spiritual powers, and that's Israel. What was you gonna say, Barzal?
Well, I was sitting right on Genesis 32 and 27 about the name.
Go ahead.
Okay. And I'm starting at verse 27. And he said unto him, What is thy name? And he said, Jacob. And he said, Thy name shall be called no more Jacob, but Israel. For as a prince hast thou power with Yahawah and with men, and hast prevailed. So here again, you're going to have that power with the Most High. It says with him. So you know if it's him, it's all righteous, okay? It's supposed to be righteous, okay? And it is righteous, all right? And then it says that and has prevailed against men. So that speaks into us being above those other nations, you know?
That's right.
Got some. Hey, this Second Ezra chapter 6, verse 54. It says, And after these Adam, whom thou madest Lord of all thy creatures, of him came we all, and thy people also whom thou hast chosen. All right? And it says, All this I have spoken before thee, O Lord, because thou hast made the world for our sakes. All right? So it said, Adam, it said the people who the Lord had chosen, man. That's talking about Israel, man. All right, we are the Lord's chosen people, man. All right, and the Lord made the world for our sakes, man, not for everybody else, man. Contrary to your encyclopedias or your scientific non-facts that these people come up with, man.
Right, those theories.
Yeah, a hypothesis of what they think happened, man. The Lord told you what happened. He made the world for our sakes, man. It says, and for the other people which came of Adam, thou hast said that they are nothing.
Yeah, let you know they ain't about no other people over there. You know.
Yeah. It was beautiful about them saying that other people, that makes that separation again between us and the rest of these heathen nations, man. All right, the Lord said, and as for those other people, they are nothing, man. All right, so only the nation of Israel means something, man. All right, the only thing you heathens are good for, man, is to go into slavery, man. All right, it says, and as for the other people which have came of Adam, thou hast said they are nothing, but be like unto spittle that has likened the abundance of them unto a drop that falleth from a vessel. All right, so those other people are compared to nothing, man. All right, they're like a drop that falleth from a vessel. If you toting water up a hill, all right, and you waste a few drops, all right, you're not finna try to get a paper towel to sop it up and wring it back into the bucket, man. Are you gonna leave that where that's at, man? All right, and that's what those other people are, man. All right, they're nothing. All right, we are the apple of the Lord's eye, man. Point blank, period, man.
That's right. Yeah, we're going up. I got something for you.
Yeah.
Because you mentioned chosen. Go ahead, Salaki.
Yeah, you go.
This says, and now, O Lord, 57, and now, O Lord, behold, these heathen which have ever been reputed as nothing. All right, talking about you other nations again, man. All right, he told you were nothing.
No, man, you gotta say it like the Lord would. For other people.
That's for those other people. He said those other people are reputed as nothing. He called you nothing once again. Inside joke. I'm reading again. We're back in 2 Ezra chapter 6 and 57. It says, and now, O Lord, behold, these heathen which have been reputed as nothing. All right, so in less than 10 verses, the Lord told you were nothing more than once, man.
That's right.
All right, so he letting it be known. All right, he's searing that in your mind.
That's right.
You know, it says, reputed as nothing, have begun to be lords over us and to devour us, and that's what you people have there. You people became lords over us. You were never meant to rule over us.
That's right.
All right, we went off. All right, and that's the only reason that you ruled over us. We look at you other nations already like, man, these people are weak.
Yeah.
Compared to us, man. They have like the elder was going into earlier. They don't have no salt, man. It's all bland. All right.
I mean, just look at TV and how, like, Jake Dan got a little soul. You know what I'm saying? Get a groove. White video.
About to hurt
You know, it just, you're like, man, what the fuck is you listening to?
Yeah.
You know?
Awkward.
Yeah. We listening to the same song. Let's say it could be a song by 50 Cent, Jake grooving, but you see Esau just, you know, like he having a seizure or something, man.
Bro.
You know?
Bro, that's
Epileptic.
Yeah, you know.
Verse 58, it says, "But we, thy people, whom thou hast called thy firstborn, thy only begotten, thy fervent lover, are given into their hands." Right. So the Lord's people was given into their hands. The Lord he breaking it down for you right now, man. All right, for you people who know that we was given into their hands, man. All right.
No, see, that's a cut to you Kemetic people too. It said Israel was the firstborn, man. First people ever created, man, was Israel, man. The firstborn. So if that's your first child, that means that child came before any of your other children, man.
That's right.
That's the special child, your first one, man.
Hey, real quick. Hey, if you go to the law of children of Israel, hey, the one is what? Gets the inheritance of everything.
Yep.
Firstborn son. Okay, yep. That's right.
It says, I'm going to start at 58 again. It says, "But we, thy people, whom thou hast called thy firstborn, thy only begotten, and thy fervent lover, are given into their hands." It says, "If the world now be made for our sakes, why do we not possess an inheritance with the world? How long shall this endure?" All right, and it's not going to endure too much longer, man. We at the cusp of this thing, man. All right, when the Lord finna flip the script, man. All right, when you finna see Israel on top, all right, and we're gonna be ruling over you heathen nations. Like this brother was going into, we're gonna be teaching you the law, statute, and commandments. And as soon as you go off, we're gonna bust your head to the white meat.
That's right. That's right.
Not to the white man, I'm gonna bust your head to the brain juice. I'm gonna watch your nerve and your brain split in half when I hit you in the head.
That's right.
Oh, no, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Yeah,
This
definitely.
is just a real quick one. You know, just to add to that point is this is Isaiah chapter 40, verse 17. All nations, and these are all other nations, not the nation of Israel. All nations before him are as nothing, and they are counted him less than nothing and vanity.
He said it 3 times. You didn't get the Lord gave you a triple threat. Read that again, bro.
It says, I'm going to read verse 18 to verse 17, Isaiah chapter 40, verse 17. All nations before him are as nothing,
That's once.
and they are counted him less than nothing.
That's twice.
And vanity.
That's 3 times.
It say, to
3 strikes you out.
Yeah. It says, "To whom then will you liken the Most High, or what likeness will you compare unto him?"
3 strikes you out, man.
Yeah, because that vanity goes in. It says the quality of being worthless,
See?
of being pointless.
That's right.
Usefulness. You know, that being futile. That's what that term going to.
That's right.
And if I may, I did want to prove a point that you had said real quick. This is Sirach chapter 36.
Nothing from nothing, leave nothing.
Start at verse 11.
You want to be with me?
Go ahead, bro.
Sirach chapter 36, verse 11, or Ecclesiasticus. "Gather all the tribes of Jacob together, and inherit thou them as from the beginning. O Lord, have mercy upon the people that is called by thy name, and upon Israel, whom thou hast named thy firstborn."
There's no way around it, man.
Yeah, I would just leave it right there. So, like I said, man, we was chosen before the foundation of the world. You know, in the beginning. You know, that's what I said. Inherit thou them from the beginning. That's why we consider the firstborn, even though Esau was born first, but through the Spirit, we was born first. You know.
Because if you think about it, who created Esau? See what I'm saying? YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI.
That's right.
Firstborn. This is my only begotten son. You know what I'm saying? That's who created him. So guess what? Either way you look at it, Israel is still first.
That's right.
Because the Heavenly Father created YAHAWASHI, his son, Israelites, the ultimate triple OG Judites.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Then they created the angels, which is other Israelites, you know what I'm saying, of all nations. You know what I'm saying? And then guess what? Then the rest of you other people came.
Right.
You know, yeah. Other people came. Go ahead, bro.
They the real worthless people.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, that's
Go ahead, bro.
Okay, so this is Isaiah 41:8. But though Israel art my servant, Jacob whom I have chosen, the seed of Abraham my friend.
Hey, that's right. Hey, you're dealing with the children of Israel real quick. And they got a disclaimer there. Hey, notice it said, the seed of Abraham, my friend. Well, you know it was through Isaac, all right, then Jacob, all right. I'm going to get that real quick. Romans 9:7. It said, neither because they are the seed of Abraham are they all children, but in Isaac shall thy seed be called, all right. So they ain't talking about all the children that Abraham had, all right. They're talking about that direct line through Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, all right. Now you got your 12 tribes of Israel from there, all right. Go ahead, read the next verse.
This is 9.
Go back to the 1 Peter 2:9 until we got to finish that out.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
Thou whom I have taken from the ends of the earth and called thee from the chief men thereof, and said unto thee, Thou art my servant, I have chosen thee, and not cast thee away.
That's right. That's where we're in a position now. Hey, the Lord has ultimately cast away the children of Israel. Even though we're scattered across all the ends of the earth, all right, he still has his remnant left that he's going to have come back and serve him, man, and gain those crowns, you know, like when the destruction comes, man.
And just to jump in real quick, because the word chosen keeps popping up. So chosen is one who is the object of choice or of divine favor, an elect person.
There you go. Because see, when you go to the New Testament, look at chosen, it goes to the Greek eklektos. Yep. Talking about the elect, man. Go ahead.
Person.
Yep.
That was it.
Yep.
Yeah, you done on that.
The brother had I wonder if you can get that the end part of what you were saying about second Ezra, about why.
Back in second Ezra chapter.
After him, we got to go back to 1 Peter.
After 6:59, it says, "If the world now be made for our sakes, why do we not possess an inheritance with the world? How long shall this endure?"
Okay, and then here's why. It's found in Deuteronomy chapter 4, verses 39 through 40. It says, "Know therefore this day and okay. Deuteronomy chapter 4, verse 39 through 40.
Try it.
And it reads,
There we go.
"Now therefore this day, and consider it in thine heart, the Lord is our power. Yahawah He is our power, in heaven above and upon the earth beneath. There is none else. Thou shalt keep therefore his statutes and his commandments, which I command thee this day, that it may go well with thee and with thy children after thee, and that thou mayest prolong thy days upon the earth which the Lord, which Yahawah our power giveth thee forever." See, he gave it to us, but what do we have to do? Keep the laws, statutes, and commandments.
That's right.
That's exactly what that was saying. And then when Ezra said, why, we just, we got these people who are counted as less than nothing ruling over us. So that makes me feel some type of way.
Right, yeah.
Having these people who are counted as nothing ruling over people who are his firstborn, his chosen people.
That's right.
And I don't see how most of Israel doesn't get that, but that should bother you. I know it bothers me.
That's right.
Hey, read that last part again.
Verse 40?
Yeah.
Okay. Verse 40, and it reads, "Thou shalt keep therefore his statutes and his commandments, which I command thee this day, that it may go well with thee and with thy children after thee, that thou mayest prolong thy days upon the earth, which Yahawah our power giveth thee forever."
See, he gave it to us forever.
That's right.
Remember that, and was in Isaiah said, "World without end."
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's forever, man. The Lord gave us that forever. It has not been done away with. That's forever, man.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
The book of 1 Peter chapter 2, verse 9. "But ye are a chosen generation, a royal priesthood, and holy nation, a peculiar people, that ye should show forth the praises of him that hath called you out of darkness into his marvelous light."
And what we're doing right now, we're
That's right.
showing forth his praises. How the Lord made us a special people. You know what I'm saying? Because why? The Lord told us to give us his light out of darkness. What's darkness? These people that's out here in the world that don't have this light, which is this truth, man. You see what I'm saying? Now, even 2/3 of our people, they in what? Darkness. See what I'm saying? But the Lord chose us out of them 2/3 to what? Give us the light, man. So we sing for the praises and the wonderful and mighty works of YAHAWASHI, man. You know what I'm saying?
Which in time past were not a people, but are now the people of the Most High.
See, that goes back into what? Gentiles.
That's right.
Who are those Gentiles? Israelites. Read that part again, bro, in verse 13. Read verse 13 again.
10.
No, 10, yeah.
Which in time past were not a people.
See, in which in time past were not a people. We were some of those people in time past that were not a people to the Lord.
That's right.
See what I'm saying? Go ahead.
But are now the people of the Most High.
But are now the people of the Most High. Why? Because he chose us, gave us their light out of darkness, man. See what I'm saying? Go ahead.
This is Romans chapter 9, verse 25. And he said also in OC or Hosea, I will call them my people, which were not my people, and her beloved, which was not beloved. Right? And that happened when we turned his face against us because we continue to follow the ways of the heathens and not being obedient to the law, statutes, commandments that he set for us to live by.
That's right.
Right? And they say,
now, if y'all don't understand what the brother talking about, we'll go back to the BET award when Lil Nas X was tongue kissing his male dancer. That's why the Lord turned his back on Israel for a particular part of time. Because people out here, his people out here doing wickedness like that, man. See what I'm saying? Go ahead.
and it shall come to pass that in the place where it was said unto them, ye are not my people, there shall they be called the children of the living power. And right now, we in that place right now. You know, we in the valley of shadow of death, and that's where they call us blacks, Negroes, Hispanics, Spics, Native Americans, calling us all bywords and proverbs. They weren't calling us the sons of living power. Right. But
coons, porch monkeys, moon crickets, barbecue, picnic, you know.
So that's what they call, even to this day they call us that now over here. Verse 27 says, Isaiah also cried, or Isaiah also cried concerning Israel, though the number of the children of Israel be as the sand of the sea, a remnant shall be saved. And that's going to, like, you know, like I said, go to that electos, that chosen, that remnant. You know, all of Israel is not going to be saved. Like you said, it's written in Zechariah that 2/3 shall be cut off. That's right. But he's going to bring that 1/3 through.
Well, all of Israel not going to be saved on this side.
Right, that's right.
But as a whole, Israel is going to be saved. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Right. So, like you're saying, you know, it's two groups. You either 2/3 or the other 1/3. You're either going to receive death or you're going to receive salvation. But over here in this place, like I said, say a remnant shall be saved. So we, Lord willing, we strive to be a part of that remnant by, you know, doing the will of YAHAWASHI, following the statutes, commandments to the best of our ability, but ultimately having the faith in YAHAWASHI. Because that's what's going to establish, you know, your salvation, having that faith. But with that faith, you're going to show the works, you know, that prove your faith, that prove your belief. You know, so, you know, in all the lands that we was called, not as people, but mainly over here in Babylon the Great, you know, it's going to come to pass where it's going to be said that we are the children of living power. You know?
That's right. That's right.
I still have one more here.
Yeah, go ahead, brother.
This is 2 Peter chapter 2, verse 10. It says, which in time past were not a people, but are now the people of the Most High, which had not obtained mercy, but now have obtained mercy. So, yeah. So again, and that is in itself is peculiar. The fact that because there's a nation, Esau, Edom, that is not going to receive any mercy, right? But yet for us to have gone off at many points of our life, you know, and still have our Heavenly Father still choose us and still bring us back, that in itself is peculiar. Yeah.
Since you said that about Esau, here you go. This is Edom in the Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary. It says Edom figures prominently in the prophetic scriptures as the scene of great future judgments. It says, she is the only neighbor of the Israelites who was not given any promise of mercy from Yahawah.
That's right. That's what we got. Yeah. So again, just us receiving mercy in itself is peculiar. You know, to have been discarded, you know, and be called not a people to then in the end come back to our heritage. You know, because it tells in Jeremiah 17:4 that we shall discontinue from our heritage.
Right.
And now, you know, we are coming back, and the men are waking up, you know, that great exceeding army, you know, before the eyes of this nation, and great fear is falling upon them, you know, as that is happening. That's peculiar, you know. So us being out in the highways and the byways, you know, is we're living, walking, breathing elements of the Most High's word, YAHAWASHI's word, you know, and that in itself is peculiar.
Hey, we also live and breathing elements of the Most High Himself.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
We all got His attributes in us.
That's
He
right.
created us.
That's right.
You know?
That's right.
Yeah, and just because it just hit me, because you know how they say He's all love, you know, but it's like, you know, He's more than that. You know, that with all the different attributes, we say hate. You know, He has a nation that He hates. Again, Esau, Edom. You know, He has a nation that He loves. You know, and we, like the elder said, we all carry attributes of YAHAWASHI.
Because if He all love, then why do you get angry? Why do you hate?
That's right.
But He all love. But He created you. You know?
His image.
Yep. That's right. That's right.
Again,
right,
that in
that's
itself
right.
is, you know, it makes us different.
Esau?
Yep.
You can go. Yeah.
If I may go into that word.
You got some?
If I may
We're
go,
gonna close out with yours, bro.
okay, if I may, we was going into chosen. So this is Jeremiah 1:5. Before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee. And before thou comest forth out of the womb, I sanctified thee, and I ordained thee a prophet unto the nations. That's right. And the Lord, Lord knew us at the beginning, all right? He ordained us before we came out of the womb, man. All right? He made us a prophet unto the nations, all right? Unto our people and unto the other nations to tell them what's to come, all right? What's going to happen to them? What they need to prepare for in the future, man. All right? To go into these shackles and chains, man. That's right. Right, though. He made us a prophet, man. And a prophet is like brother was going into. Is to speak before time, man. All right? So we're supposed to tell our people. He will. Yeah, it does say the Lord, man. All right? And we're supposed to tell our people, hey, if you don't get right, the Lord going to do this to you. And we tell you, heathen nations, no matter what you do, the Lord going to do this to you. That's right.
Hey, what's the scripture? Knowing the terror of the Lord, we persuade him.
That's
Yeah.
right.
That's right.
Yeah.
And that's our job, man. Our job is to warn the people. But I think it said in Isaiah, man, to be a watchman. And the Lord has set us up to be watchmen unto the people, man. All right, and us be a watchman, we got to tell you the warning of the trouble that's coming. All right, and it's coming fast, man.
Very
All right.
fast. So you can get right or you get left.
That's right.
Right. Right. Right.
If I may add, the brother says sanctified too. So again, that goes back into us being holy from the point we were in the womb. You know?
Hey, so with that, Esau?
You can go.
So that will give all praise and glory and honor to
Yahawah,
BAHASHAM, Yahawashi, BAHASHAM, QADASH. Double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone. But much love, peace, and blessing to all you hopefully elect brothers out there that's pushing the truth across the four corners of the globe. With that, a Baba Ball. Shalom.
Shalom.
Oh, you 2/3?
Yahshua.
Yeah, you 2/3. You go. Ah, it's an inside joke. Shalom.